What's the time, man?
It's going here.
Yeah.
Hanging meat?
We're going to go ahead and reconvene here. It's 7:48. Um, and we had a motion by Councilman Huerta to take action to hire Judge Morales as a contract part-time municipal judge for the city of Odom. It was seconded by Councilman Dominguez. Do we have any other discussion? So we're going to move forward with the vote to hire Judge Morales. Phase one, phase two, phase three, phase five. Judge Morales, thank you so much and welcome to our team. And great, thank you. Well, Sal will be reaching out to you as well as City Attorney and thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Have a nice evening. We're going to move on to item D, discuss, consider, and take action to adopt the 2024 budget planning calendar. Do we have a motion? So I have a motion by Councilman Candela. Do I have a second? Let's go ahead. There's a second by Councilman Alvaro. Okay, now we can go ahead and move forward to discussion. Now, if you look at the calendar, I'll go ahead and explain if you could. There is a change. And now we'll move on to item D, discuss and establish the maximum proposed tax rate for the public hearings and means related to adopting the budget for fiscal year 2024. Ms. Marcy, and I guess you want to come up, Ms. Marcy? Okay, now we can move on to discussion. I apologize.
calculated the debt rate is being calculated with 0.006872. So if you add those two together, the current voter approval rate is 0.532605. Calculate that, and I have an estimate of what that voter approval rate will generate $1,315 worth of relief. That's what I said. If I stay with my agency number, it changes every year. But that's what I have at this point. It is higher than the VAR, and it is subject to a petition from the voters. Okay? So,
for the petition to be granted, and so council will do the de minimis tax rate, and that's what happened.
Members are looking for this possible.
it was, yes, sir, it was 0.540659. That was last year's tax rate. I'm sorry, that was last year's tax rate. That's right. That's right. Idea. Last year, the prior year taxable value that I used was $152,644,952. That was last year's taxable value, and that was July the 23rd, and then all the supplements that came in throughout the year, because that changes. Okay, so this year's taxable value, the certified value that I used to calculate the tax rate, more new value, and then the other amount that affects the new improvement. That new value was $4,254,008. So that is your tax rate by that value, and that is your tax rate. So that's extra. That's
Okay.
extra money that you're going to get.
Okay. So, and to avoid, any VAR, I mean, I would recommend that the council approve the VAR for this fiscal year, I guess, for the 532,605. Is that correct? Okay. So.
532,605.
In some situations, they might pay higher.
they could either go down or stay the same. But they're still moving off of. But I use that lower amount. So yeah, there's no still room for moving on.
With some of the, living in other homes, they may suggest with the new tax, they would probably see a smaller tax bill. I mean, we're really talking about the newer homes, the bigger homes, that the value has gone up.
What I just see, the other thing too, in the overall tax bill, school district so, and they have minimum budget. So when you were at the over 65 this last year, they did an adjustment for 5 years because the school districts were compressing their rates. So when you were at over 65, the bill was the amount was frozen. So those people weren't getting the benefit of it. So that's what the legislature put in 5 years well, they didn't propose it, but they talked about it.
The drainage is up.
Right, but what helps more is our
So overall, with the lowering of school taxes, and the county giving back that tax,
It was 122.
I just did it a little while ago. I know, it didn't stick. I did it like 20 minutes before I came over here. And it was just a proposal. But I want to say it was going to go down to, so I know the compression, it was compressed as far as the M&O side. We don't have a lot of debt. In my opinion.
Maximum.
If there are any more discussion, we'll go ahead and move forward with the vote. Place one,
Yes.
place two,
Yes.
place three,
Yes.
place five.
Yes.
So motion carries with the VAR or voter approved rate of 0.5326.
That capital improvement, around number discussions is $750,000. Paying for that project.
Well, if you're gonna add it to your debt, it's gonna change that debt rate, correct? It's gonna. Right. It's gonna change the debt rate though, if you're gonna use M&O funds to pay for that debt. It's gonna be that 30%. So if you want to put that yeah, it does affect the debt rate. Change the rate. If I add that to the debt. If you propose it
Thank you for making this simple and easier to understand. Because last year you were speaking foreign language to me last year. So, yes, I understand it a little bit better. So we're going to move on to the non-action items. The first item here is the presentation from Hydro Solutions. I believe Dan. Come on up, Dan. Do you have something? Okay. Oh, just the pamphlet.
The usual presenter is one of our owners. He got held up at a PCQ conference in Austin. If anybody's ever trying to get through Austin, late afternoon, it's tough. Created 14 years ago by three personnel that were in the media business. That sell pipe valves and fittings, and the metering side is kind of an add-on ancillary product line. Because technology has advanced so much in the metering industry, they kind of felt the need to be able to focus on the meters and the technology. So that's our core business. That's probably 95% of our business is metering part of it. We're based, HydroPro is based in Georgetown, just north of Austin, and we're the premier distributor for Master Meter, water meters. Master Meter is a Texas-based company. It's based in Mansfield, just south of Fort Worth, but they sell nationwide and even international. We cover 85% of Texas and the entire state of California. We just got California a couple years ago, so we're the only ones who sell Master Meter in the city. Master Meter has been around since 1976. I think that's 48 years. So they've been a really stable company. They're actually the founder and the CEO just retired last month after being with the company the whole time. So it's a stable company that has had continuous service in the water industry for almost 50 years. They're not known in the world. So talking with staff and Mr. Hernandez, the city of Odom right now has what's called a drive-by AMR metering system that has pretty much aged out. You've got meters that are not sending reads. Personnel's having to physically get down and start reading again. A couple of months ago, I think now we're over 200, almost 300 meters. So as it's aged out, that's going to kind of slow down. It's just going to increase the quantity of meters that are reading. So staff has to go out and read them manually or use some adjustments or basically use the history to kind of get that creates sometimes where citizens are getting billed a little and then it gets caught up so your consumption to the city and also to citizens gets affected because there's not a lot of transparency there. So kind of what we're down and looking at the needs of the city, what we're doing is water towers and a repeater on the tank battery here in front of Jalisco. If you see the second handout, the colored handout, it would be, yes, that one. It's basically a map of the city. What we did was took the service area, the service boundary, and else can trample on your. It doesn't interfere with emergency or the license just gets transferred. Every 10 years, it goes straight to the municipality. And they do send out notices for So the benefits of the AMI system is the fact that instead of getting reads in this month, you're getting reads, you're getting hourly reads. So it's sending out straight to the office. You don't have to run a truck right now. Your guys are driving around with the receiver down on the truck, going through neighborhoods, picking up reads. Hopefully picking up as many as they can. With the AMI system, basically all the information is going straight to the city staff at the office. So you're getting up to hourly reads. If a customer has a question on consumption, they can pull up their reads right away. If somebody's opening an account or closing an account, they can pull that last read and leave a bill right there ready from the customer instead of having to come back the next day or another benefit is the fact that because right now you're only getting reads once a month, you're not knowing about any leaks for at least a month. It's 45 days. Somebody gets a bill, they kind of freak out because their water bill is so high. Well, obviously they have a leak. They don't know about that leak's been going on for 30 to 45 days. This is going to give you alarms and alerts every hour. So city staff gets advised, there's an issue here, they can go truck, city staff can contact the homeowner, before it gets critical. That makes it where citizens are paying for the waste of water, the city not having to adjust their bills. It also is an environmental issue. It has two waters. Every city has different levels of water loss. So the board that everybody's mind with EPA, everybody knows that people ways to save water, and this is just depending on the pressure the city has operates. It also, so with the AMI system, included with it is a customer portal. So customers can log on to their own account. They can see throughout the month where they stand. They can see how they compare with the previous year's usage. They can see how they compare with kind of their area. If they're using, if they're used to using 10,000 gallons a month, and it's the middle of the month and they're already at 9,000 gallons, they're switching there, they can catch them. It also gives you the ability to kind of say, hey, we're going to be away from home from this date to this date. If there's any water usage, either they have a burst pipe, a leak, their neighbor's filling up their pool with their water, or whatever they should do. So it really helps citizens kind of lay their fears on water being wasted and not having to pay anymore. Being accurate on the consumption rates. Water, you have to pay to treat it, you have to pay to it. So it's important for every crop to be accounted for, not only for the state reporting system, but as well as for the financial benefits for the city. So, just long story short, that sample meter that I sent is our ultrasonic meter. Another other issue with your existing system is for mechanical meters. Mechanical meters, spaces wear out. Over time, they become less and less accurate. With this meter here, this is an ultrasonic meter. It's measured. It's no moving parts, so it's never going to be accurate. Just reading it before you so the proposal is in there. There's the different components. There's some information in there. You can get some details as you need to, but the Harmony Encore software system is really user-friendly. Other cities that have it, your city staff, I shouldn't say the ladies in the office, but 9 times out of 10 it is ladies running the software. It's really user-friendly and kind of just keeps that level of customer service to your citizens when they have issues, when they have questions. So we're proposing a turnkey project that we come in with our project manager. He's kind of the go-between between the install companies. We have 3 or 4 different installation companies that come in. They would take pictures before and after installation. They change out the meters. They get the last read on your existing meters. They input all the new information in the electronic file, so the girls in the office aren't having to manually input 1,500 meters. Everything is electronically done. It gets uploaded, ties in with your encode billing system. You're good to go.
So with the repeater, we would only, based on this map, we would only need 1 repeater.
Yes, it's one main base station on your water tower, and then that 1 repeater. That's what that propagation study is for, is to tell us how much infrastructure you need to get coverage. This outputs really well. Master Meter even said this works really well. The more red you have, the better. And so just with those 2 levels of infrastructure. So even if you're going to grow out, past that boundary, if you're getting a new subdivision in the area, anything like that, the coverage is usually 1.5 to 2 miles on the base station. So you still have room to work. If you ever need to add a repeater, because a repeater, it's a lot smaller unit, it's a lot less expensive. You can always add a repeater to a lift station that's in the area. If anything, that's a meter, put more infrastructure that is needed, because if we're going to have an issue, rather arrows say, hey, we'll put a just amount, we're going to need more money to make it come back. We are budget.
We'd be on 2 different systems
Right.
for a while, and then part of the cost also is having to come back in and out. Part of the cost here is a contingency amount. As a contingency amount. So, and the reason to do that is because they don't want to come back out. We're missing for a while there to get the statistics. Whatever, we can actually finance it. And
So what other cities have you done?
sellers that don't have a place for infrastructure to sell it for infrastructure. And in a large municipality, sellers really doesn't work. It's cost efficient because you're free for monthly self-service on every lookout. We've got all the meters in Zapata County are ours. Is Eagle Pass. They're at just over 18,000 connections. They had a drive-by system. They recently upgraded to straight Eagle Pass has a line. All the little towns, east of town, Monroe, Silver Church, Converse, they have a system. We have big cities like McKinney and Round Rock and things like that. So we do it around.
And I know that just talking to Eagle's side of the meeting, they're
yeah, their mechanical, their mechanical meters were very inaccurate, and so now you're kind of accounting for basically the bills are citizens are paying for the water that they use, and whatever percentage is, it could be 10%, 20%, 30% that's off. Those are pretty hard ones, yeah. Those are hard ones, yeah. And that's using the quantities, we got on six staff. That's why we talk about a contingency fee of not a fee, but a contingency amount of 10% in case there's discrepancies in the amount of meters. Every city, every project has its hiccups. Sometimes there's less meters that you need, and the price goes down. You may have a more down to 3 inch, but it's actually a 6 inch, or whatever the case may be. But the warranty is 20 years. So the warranty for 20 years, 10-year full replacement, 10-year prorated. So, yeah.
It takes like almost 2 full days to do the first one.
well, it takes 10 days total to process because it takes 2 days for them to go out there and do the
like for like installation, so they basically pull your meter and they install it. So they'll check for curb stops, broken curb stops, or anything that's not functioning there at the right. We can, we can do, basically that's a conversation that we would have to have with them strongly and say while you're there and I'm sure that we'll be able to get something like that. I know they do like red lines, with dogs, with lifting, they're going to face that out. That's just sure you're
So we're going to move on to item B, review and discuss financial report through July 31st. Mr. Sal?
So, just, so in front of you have basically a credit report, 5,000 or over. These are pretty standard monthly bills, and of course, maybe the second payment, the third payment, as county, our auditor. That's where on this one, the 2020 audit. Basically operational, regular maintenance, so we have a summary of the accounts. Full cash flow inside of $140,158.55. Street maintenance is at $302,567.95. Water wastewater treatment plant fund is at $62,558.19. We've been hitting that one pretty hard just because of the need to maintain our wastewater system. Economic development EDC is at $207,619.79. And of course, we have our rescue fund, which we don't touch because that's for the special project. So, but that's still at $516,515. Any questions about that? Revenue states proof and audited. This one.
This is the second
We're still trying to, one of the issues that we've identified is that your approved annual budget is not actually in the encode system. There are some reconciling items that need to be added.
And you guys are working on that right now.
Well, we'll address it in the meeting. I think we talked about way back when I first started, that this coding was not done properly. There was like 22,000, not missing, but just it wasn't put into this.
Right. It was not
So it's
coded.
kind of just there. We have, the funds are there, it's just not coded correctly. And that's part of what we're doing here, is just getting a grasp of what that is and what that's gonna look like, so that when we're in, September, October, we're sort of redesigning our encode system. And also, there's supposed to be a training in September for encode. Shut down the office. I don't think it's worth it. Hopefully we'll get a better idea of how to use it and what are the benefits and what's the advantage of it, what are the benefits of our system. So that will increase our efficiency in dealing with that and the problems that's why I give you that bank statement to show you. We're not out of the woods yet, but we're building.
You have an opportunity to save $40,000 per election if you get onto the November ballot. If you see it, and get that as a recommended, a special council meeting Saturday prior to the workshop, whereby you authorize the election if it turns out to be actually recommended. So, is there an opportunity to buy some equipment as needed, like a jetter? What we've been talking about? We don't have a jetter.
Right.
We've been borrowing one, and I think the jetter is the biggest thing that we need for the streets, right?
Yes.
The jetter is one that I go out there at midnight trying to make this thing work, and it doesn't work. And I know we've been borrowing them too.
We're renting it, yeah.
Oh, you're renting?
We're renting it right now. But it's up for sale for like 16,000. So I've been talking to the mayor about it. So we're just trying to get some market value for it. I want to get like an independent mechanic to come look at it just to make sure. Our crew have been using it and they like it. They said it works well. And if you're talking about 16,000, then it's all good compared to 100,000 plus for a brand new one. I mean, it'll hold us over for a while until we can afford to get some of this stuff. But I'll get to the point when we get past this part of just reporting to you like the equipment situation. Okay. So yeah, so we will. I'm going to be posting, just kind of incorporating that reauthorization of local sales tax. That'll be we'll put that at 9 a.m. on Saturday, and then that should take about 30 minutes or so, and then we'll have the workshop right after that for this Saturday. So I'll be posting that link tonight. Make sure we get that. Does anyone have any more questions about this report?
Right. There's that is, and we have been looking at it, and if we if we don't have any unforeseen, situations, we may be able to meet what we actually budgeted for. It was there was three different. I think it all totaled around 22,000 total. I think those, because there's three different. There was three different. Right. I think it's each percentage of I think we did 57%. Both two different. And it looks like we will receive, I think that one of the items that were budgeted is around 53,000. We're thinking it was 77,000 or something. If we don't have any unforeseen issues, we should be okay. We should be able to make that. Anything else on the finance side?
Thank So it just happened by chance that the person who just in the area said, "I'm going to come by." So we just went over there and we looked through the office and so we're kind of at a loss. We kind of got scared a little bit, but then I got a hold of Chief Controller and he did give us some direction. We did find out somewhere else and then about the equipment since you had brought it up. So most of our heavy equipment is down. Most of our mowers are down. They are in the middle of being repaired. The problem we're running into is that our stuff's this way. think what one positive was that one of our crew members got licensed to spray a specific pesticide. So no heavy duty stuff for the last week or so that'll help a lot of the cleanup around the city stuff. As they're spraying, as they're scraping out the little spray and keep that stuff out. Because like I said, we took care of the last one, was done with it for grain, we took care of it. So they're doing the best they can with that other equipment. So last week usually the guys were up to almost 2 o'clock in the morning trying to put some in. And that's another thing too, is, some of these valves, they just get kept up with, so they need to be replaced. And that's something really positive for looking into this. So, but it's just going to cost us more. So, pretty much all I had was any specific questions. Needs to be something we can do in the district, maybe ask them to support us with maybe some local contracts.
I know they probably have a contract with the county.
They were the sheriff deputies.
With the sheriff
Yeah, with the
deputies.
sheriff office, but
Were you looking?
other cities have it. I know we can't do 8.
Right.
We can have 8 cars.
Yeah, because I did talk to the executive director for the Police Chiefs Association of Texas, and while they do, offer professional analysis of what you want, right? He was able to kind of get with me, and so he was like, he told me that basically to have a 24-hour coverage, for something like ours. Right. So then, to split that in half for like half the time. So, and this is just their opinion on a lot of police departments to make sure that the workload is addressed because there are people who get sick, turnaround, emergencies, that these sort of things. So that I know we had talked about that. What kind of coverage are you looking for? Because that would tell a lot about what's viable. Other options are, this is kind of they're thinking that contract out a police officer they used to do the civil, you can do the civil too. But that's an option. I know Eastern spoke to the sheriff and he said that if the city decides not to reactivate the police department, that he will station one deputy here, and then as we fill more positions at the vacancies, they will station 2 deputies here, one for the day and one for the night, so they'll have that coverage along with regular patrols, but this specifically will be stationed here. So there are other options, and I do apologize for the confusion. I thought that we had talked about getting the judge in place first because be the judge first, and then we can do the law enforcement side. And I do agree with you. Sure. Yeah, and I think we've got the judge now, so it starts the conversation again. I think, and as far as the code enforcement goes, I'm not sure if y'all contracted that out before.
I know that I think we talked about that in the past about contracting someone to do our code enforcement.
Someone that kind of not never contracted.
I mean, you understand, the sheriff is telling me we're having for 2 officers in my area. And we're going to do,
I mean, and that
city administrator, the mayor, and the council are people who So, it's better to have something than nothing.
so
To be able to have, when you go out there and do the code enforcement, I mean, look at some of the Exxon, I'm gonna say, Exxon, look at the top grass, look at the other, old snappies, it's ugly.
I mean, and yeah, it was like that when we had a police department. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It's been like that for years. I mean, well, we're talking about grass. We're talking about grass. We've always had issues with violation of city ordinances. I mean, as long as I've been here, we've always had issues. And well, I mean, I've been here for 8 years, so I was here when the police department started. And we've always had issues with abandoned homes that are falling. Those homes have been abandoned for years. They weren't addressed when the police department was here. I don't know how they fell through the cracks, why it wasn't addressed then. Um, but when we look at where we are now financially and what the 5 year plan is for me as mayor, I'm really more concerned about our financial situation and our financial standing, not only our financial situation here, but our financial standing with state entities that can offer us grants, with banking like the government, the bank for these water meters, uh, to to repair some of those things that have been, you know, that have been left behind that were not done. You know, trying to catch up with audits, spending money on those other areas, infrastructure, trying to repair, spending money on infrastructure, because I don't know how much the citizens know about our water usage here in the city. The city of Oakland uses over 400,000 gallons of water every day, and the wastewater treatment plant is like 300 and something thousand gallons of water processed every day. So we're using 400,000. I think right now the wastewater treatment plant is processing somewhere between 220 and 225,000 gallons of water. So we're almost at that point where we're going to have to upgrade our wastewater, because if we want to grow, we just had a meeting with Sanpac EDC. There's a company looking at, there's actually, they sent us a list of companies that are looking at Odom. Some of them are talking about using 3 million gallons of water a month, you know. So if we were to try to go out there and try to get these companies to come into Odom, we're going to have to upgrade our wastewater system, because no, but they're talking about using our sewer system. They want both. Yes, they have. I've already met with them. You know, they talked about waste using 2.4 million gallons of water a month, and processing. They've asked if we could provide both water and sewer to their plant if needed. So, I mean, you're welcome when we have the next meeting with the Sanpac EDC, so you're welcome to come and you can ask your own questions. No, they're looking at right outside of the city of Odom on the north side of town. Outside, it wouldn't be in the city limits, it would be outside the city limits, but they're asking to see if the city of Odom can provide the water and wastewater to them. So, well, they're asking, well, Reconvene's on the other side. Okay, okay. Yeah. So, you know, going back to the police department, I mean, the DPS is handling all traffic violations or traffic accidents inside the city limits. If we do hire one person, a police chief, he'll have to be on call pretty much, you know, 24/7. If there's an accident in town, the DPS has said that they will take the reports, but they won't investigate the case. That's going to have to be the officer, even if we have one officer. So, and they've done that in the past for us. They've helped us before, where they'll take information and they hand it over to the police department.
There will also be some additional costs, September 1st. Basically, smaller issues because
And I know we have coverage right now, but to what extent? I'm not asking for 24/7 coverage, and I'm not asking for a full-blown police department. If other cities have at least one or two, and we can't do it, there's Highway 77 in the middle of town. I think we've got an attitude to something bad in the past, and I think whatever we need to do to bring this to the council for a vote, we have to. And if it doesn't pass, it won't pass. So that's certainly something that I would like to push because we need it. We need it for our revenue. We need it for somebody's property next door that's not mowing and that one person on the left-hand side is working really hard. And I'm not saying we can fix everything, but to me, everything that Joe talked about, it is a problem. And it's appreciated that our law has we chose not to fix it. But I mean, society, we can do this too. We're not asking for 20% of
But you also look at it that if things go away, if things go away, if hiring, the money that we're going to have we have a budget. The reason we have this where we may, not just say we may have a surplus, is because we don't going to go there. I mean, so we won't have any way of bringing our reserves back up. I mean, we blew through like $3 million in reserves over a 4 or 5 year period. You know, because we had to keep the lights on. We had to pay bills, and CDs were cashed out. You know, almost $3 million in CDs to try to keep the city running. So when we put some more money into reserve, when we put money in reserves, and we start to build up our reserves again, or we reduce those funds that we were pushing to reserves to get 1 or 2 officers and a clerk to keep our department active. I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons. I would love to be in a position down the road where we could have the police department, but you know, if we're going to spend the money there, then we're not going to have the money left over to put back into reserves. We're going to go back to where we were. This one. So we would have been, I mean, we've been looking at the numbers. I mean, he would have to.
contingency reserves incorporated into single fund and utility fund intended to try and establish 25% of your operating expenses over a 5-year period. 5% per year set aside and not spent. It is those reserves that are some of the things that we want when the budget was reported. I'll draw your attention to what's on the screen because, and I need to be careful here because my function, my scope is the future, to help you with your budget, as opposed to try to do your past. We have auditors and this is their work. But as of September, when I first began to work on this year's budget, I ran a report for the general fund through September, through June, which was 75% of the year. Total revenues of $1.5 million, okay with regards to the rent. In the month of June, the recorded expenses were $126,000. We only had $218,000 left in the budget to cover maintenance. Well, one of the things that we were able to figure out is that there was some expenses that had 2 months in the month of June. But what I'm trying to stress is that you are very, very close to zero.
Because if you go over, then each line item has been.
That's a budget.
Yes, so somehow.
The budget spent more than what was in the budget.
So we never spent 150.
But why were you not informed that we were going over on the hundred? That's something that you should be aware of, because we think we were doing great, when in actuality, we're not, because that money that we set aside for the police department, the remainder of the funding hasn't been spent, should still be there.
Well, using the streets first as an example, and you'll see that your budget was $238,000. What has been recorded is $352, so a difference of $114. We can go down here and look at the repeat that we spent.
Hey, no, we're not gonna have, we're not, no, it's as the council members to have a certain decorum. We're going to allow the community to talk. I'm not going to allow anybody to talk about anyone. So that I'm going to put a stop to it right now. But I'm going to put a stop to the way you're responding to our community members. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. The council needs to act more professional. Yes, because I have dealt with community members who don't agree with me as well. So it's our role. It's our role to know. It's our role to. It's our role. No, I did not, because I was listening to the report that he's providing. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Okay, thank you. Hold on. We're kind of on a one-track mind here. We don't want to get.
The addition with the city administrator and the mayor, there was a recollection of yes, there was street maintenance materials purchased. Part of that's coming out of the street maintenance. If you look at your approved budget last year, you specifically did not budget for second year that we some of the money for trying to figure out, because for the longest time, council said that the police department was self-sufficient because we were getting the citation fees, impound fees, and grant money. But every year, the city was over budget. Every year, we were having to cash out CDs to continue to finish the third quarter of every year. We were having to cash out CDs to keep the lights on. So where was all that money going? If we were subsidizing the police department, why, when I came into office, we had on the books, we had a $1.2 million deficit for that 1 year. We had to cash out $1 million. The previous administration had to cash out $1 million in CDs to pay for some wastewater treatment work. I mean, we have some a contractor to do work over there on Vista Drive and work to do out at the wastewater treatment plant. So were these funds subsidizing or helping to in debt and we're the brink of bankruptcy when I came into office? So I don't understand how we can still say that money is going to help get the city out of financial trouble. Go ahead, sir. Well, the difference is, and to make it pretty clear, the city pays for health insurance, workers' comp insurance, insurance for vehicles, for people. So there's a lot of additional costs. For an employee, we may pay themselves, let's say $30,000 a year just to pay salary. But in all the benefits, the salary is still $60,000 because we have to pay all the additional benefits. Insurance, workers' comp, health insurance, and all this other stuff. So even though he's only getting his gross salary is only $40,000, we have all these additional expenses that go along with that one individual. Where if we're hiring someone from outside, like for example, we'll use the judge. If the judge was a full-time judge for the city, we would have to get health insurance and provide her with all this. So obviously, it's cheaper to bring her in as a contractor versus a full-time employee. So that's kind of where there's kind of that, there are some additional expenses that come along with having
the savings for. But we have to look at it, we have to do the math. Because we look at the citation, so we don't have to, again, pay his salary, paying his medical insurance, all the liabilities that come with having that officer, being that overtime something wrong. We don't have that liability. That liability doesn't fall back on the city. So we have to look at the pros and cons because if I'm going to hire a police officer, he's going to cost us $60,000 a year. Is he going to get $60,000 worth of citations a year to compensate for his salary? Again, that the chances exactly you don't know for a fact whether he's going to or not going to because the citations that we get, the city keeps a very small amount of the total citation or expense. So we just have to look at both those two different things. Correct. And that's where. And that's another decision that this council has to make. We have to look at both sides, and is having one officer going to really make a difference? Is it going to shut down the drug users? Having one officer, is it going to, stop all to have the people, stop all the crime? Is it going to stop people from not mowing their grass? Yeah, so we just, hold on. Yes, sir. Hold on. So,
They did that in 1 year by the time the taxes rolled around. That's when we would have already. Not this last workshop, but the workshop
Oh, I mean, the school, we have a budget based on the numbers and the way that the schools were going. You know, if we want to put that reserve, you know, my way of thinking is, let's get past this year. We're almost to the end of this fiscal year. We're already talking about budgeting, and let's look at, can we budget this new officer or new police officer or two police officers into this next budget year? And if so, yeah, this was can we, let's just finish off the year so like that's what the rate is saying, we'll know where we are. Right, and we've had, unfortunately,
The money would have been there. That means obviously the money is being spent somewhere else. Like we overpaid in other items.
Yeah, you can put together something really, quickly, but is it viable? Is it going to be effective? You don't run your people into the ground just by running ragged and all that kind of stuff. It's workloads that what you're paying more so is what you attract. So there's a certain criteria of level of paying an officer or police chief, and you're going to attract a certain people. And they always have their own way. They want to put them in the I mean, I agree with you that having the police department be we're struggling with the financial part of it. So we have options. If I had a choice, and it's up to the office people to decide. If we had a choice of contracting a police officer or build off the bat, and then we start making goals with the police officer. So we can actually create a viable department. It all sounds improving an extra 20,000, whatever it is. Pay them a decent wage. A contract, right? Instead of hiring, the liability's gone, the workman's comp is gone. It's just a straightforward, contract. They come here, give us certain hours a week. They're going to be out there on here to monitor that work. That's just an option. It's just a cheaper way of approaching it. We can still, pay them a decent wage, attract a good candidate. They're commissioned with another department, so we don't have to, reactivate the police department. But we're not on the hook. I understand what you're saying. Police presence is very important. So make sure that so it's just a matter of how do we get there with the money that we actually have. you're right. I mean, it's hard to really gauge that stuff with the accounting stuff. So, but we're moving in the right direction. And like I said, I'm not against police officers. I'm not against having a police department. Ideally, it would be great if we had a full force to take care of the town. But it's just the money part. It's the hard part.
There's a reason why the mayor talks that police department doesn't provide.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same people going to work.
Just,
You're going to build up some to bring in new business into this town. You think they're going to want to use that time to
well, I mean, again, you kind of have to see where, you can't, you can't have a city that's bankrupt, obviously. So that you have to keep both things. And like I said, I mean, my whole career, my whole adult career has been in law enforcement, working in detention to what I do today. And I'm a real strong advocate of law enforcement. I support our troopers. I support our sheriff's department here. And I would love to be in a situation where we can have a small, manageable police department. But I'm trying to, my goal has always been to try to get the city to recover financially before we make those expenses or make those decisions. Obviously, as mayor, I don't have a vote. All I can try to do is tell people that follow this path versus this path. But ultimately, it's their decision. And my goal has always been to raise and I think we're headed in the right track, and I just don't want to throw something out there that maybe affect the growth that we're having right now. Because, like I said before, we do have, unfortunately, we haven't been hit by these two storms, but we don't have reserves if we do get hit by a hurricane. We don't have to sustain it. If the water lines, if we have to shut down the water system, we're not going to be getting that revenue from the citizens. We're not going to have water lines. So my goal is to raise the to try to get first, and then go to where we can spend money, whether it's in our parks, whether it's our maintenance department, whether it's our fire department. So I just don't want to add additional financial stress to what we already have. It's going to save me time for the last few years. But I'm not against having a police department. The council feels that, instead of trying to get to that 25% of our annual budget that is reserved, we're going to keep it at 5% every year. We're trying to get to 25, but we can fund the police department, a small police department. That's something that we're all have to make. And my goal is to get there's another city here that Mr. Hayes listed in the past. Their reserves at this point, around $50 million. We're I would like to be in a situation where if we need to get a bank, we're not going to get a bank, but they're not going to tell us no. If we need to get a loan from a bank, the bank can say, sure, we'll give you, your financial situation is fantastic. Go ahead and take that. Because as you guys know, when we were doing last year's budget, we did have some they wouldn't help us. So that's just been my goal. We're going to meet this weekend, the workshop, the next fiscal year's budget. We'll see if we can fit that in there, but we really need to wait until we get close to the Thank you,
Let me
sir.
know what you want to add to plate 5 and move on to part of her request was equipment replacement program. Considered touching
If we go and buy materials for the pothole repair, it goes into the street maintenance account. It gets logged on to the account, but the monies get transferred from the street maintenance bank account back into the general fund to cover that expense. So it does get, but in the end, it kind of looks a little bit off because it's going into the general fund because that's where everything gets paid out of.
In the actual bank account, if we have a street fund, we transfer, we reimburse the pooled cash. So everything with the one check account number, which is the pooled cash account. So everything gets there. So like sewer, municipal court technology, security, that kind of stuff. So I use it for that money. We have to have a separate check.
We don't have a checking. Those accounts don't have checking accounts. Other than have transfers have to be made constantly. So to reimburse. So ultimately, at the end, like you said, at the end of the year, depending on where we are, we may look a certain, but on paper, because um, there's no way to take that reimbursement and put it back into info to show that it's been paid to this other account. It just ends up adding up, the numbers just keep adding up. So, but at the end of the year, you kind of go look through it and go, oh, okay, well, all this money was reimbursed, so yes, we have a surplus because
And so you can see that each month, there's a that's so that you can
so we're going to go ahead and I think it all ties into having a better understanding of where we need to go and get a discussion that we can have this weekend at the workshop. So if there is any more discussion we did have medical issues, so we will have to the EDC will have to make that person we're going to go ahead and do that. Move on to item 5. I'm sorry.
She appoint or the council appoint?
That-
The council would appoint. My understanding is
So even when somebody steps down, we still follow those things. I know that that's the way we do the process in the beginning. So at the end of
You guys are tied up in
second by Councilman